So, um, burp, burp, burp. It's because I've had so much soda. I found something online that kind of meshes with what I would like to do for my channel, and I think would be a very welcome, just a very welcome thing. Suddenly, like, I have no ability to talk as soon as I'm in front of the camera. What the H? But yes, I found something online that will be a very, like, it will fit in very well with the direction I want to take my channel. And it will take a full year to complete, because you're supposed to do a part of it once a week, and it is there are 52 questions, so it's 52 weeks, which is a year. And like I said, I thought it would be a very good addition, a welcome addition to my channel. I do have a list that I've been making of other things that I want to make, and I'm in the process of making one of those videos on and off. It's going to take some time just because of the nature of the video, but it'll be worth it. So, what this particular video is a start of is the YouTube Pagan Challenge. I randomly came across these questions, and hopefully I'll be able to connect with more people in the pagan community because of these questions. I really would love that, because I don't meet a lot of other pagans around, and it'll be nice to connect with people that have similar thoughts and beliefs that I do. So, I'm not really sure where this challenge came from. I've seen it around, and I was able to find a list of the questions, but I don't know who the originator is or anything, so if you do know, then let me know so that I can credit them, and I will obviously write down the particular prompt for the question each week. The first week is, how did you find your path? And honestly, it's kind of a complicated question that might lead me to, I guess, kind of run around to a couple of different points. I've always loved nature, ever since I was little. I loved going outside, I loved being amongst the plants, amongst animals, I loved being amongst trees, I just liked being outside. I've always felt very connected to nature. As I got older, I found a lot of people that influenced me in the way of Christianity, and I very much respect God and love God. Just not from like a Christian standpoint, but for years and years I had this fear that I was going to go to hell, or that I was a horrible person if I didn't do everything that Christianity basically told me to do. Well, there's been a couple times I've stepped away from Christianity, once to do Wicca, but I didn't have enough information in regard to Wicca, and did a lot of incorrect things that caused a lot of negativity to come into my life. And, you know, while I respect Wicca, there's a lot of things specifically in that religion that just don't quite mesh with me, so I obviously didn't feel comfortable doing that path and moved on. About 2 years ago, yeah, almost exactly 2 years ago, it was about the beginning of December whenever I converted. I was checking Tumblr because I got really into looking at like witchy, pagan-y, nature-y pictures, and came across somebody who was a druid. I didn't know that that was a practicing faith at all, and the more I learned about it, the more it had felt like everything I had already been doing my entire life. And I just kept researching it, and I thought that I would have to be part of a group to be a part of it, but apparently you don't have to be. Would I like to be? Yes. There's a course I would like to take when I can afford it that will also initiate me into the Bards, Oviates, and Druids particular sect, which is in Europe, and you can take the classes online. But that'll have to be at a later time, so since I can't afford it, I've been learning everything on my own. I've been researching the holidays, I've been participating in the holidays, I've been spending a lot of time outdoors doing my own rituals, doing things that very much resonate with me. And upon stepping into this pagan community, I learned about green witchcraft, which is another thing that I've already been kind of doing already. Sorry. I'm on some medication that's making me a little loopy. I'll explain that at the end of this video. So, yeah, I decided that I also wanted to be a green witch, along with being a druid. For a while I was specifically a Christian druid, because Druidism, is a spirituality, meaning that it is separate from a religion. You could have any deity or lack thereof. And as I still very much care for God, I attached it to my Christian beliefs. Well, I no longer identify as a Christian. I don't have anything against the religion itself, or against God or Jesus. I very much care for them. However, unfortunately, the religion isn't what it should be, and there are very few people who practice the religion in a proper way. They use it as a means to judge and become very hateful, and I no longer wanted to be associated with those kind of people. So I have a lot of Christian beliefs, but my beliefs are also a lot more among they're pagany and they're Christiany, but they're more open-minded, I guess I should say. I won't hate myself and think I'm a horrible person for making a mistake or doing something that wouldn't be considered Christian. I've learned that I am a human being with feelings and with flaws, and it's okay to have those feelings and flaws and just do the best I possibly can in life. And I also believe that over the years, the Bible itself has been translated in such a way to allow people in power to put in things that may not have been intended by God at all, and kind of corrupt the word. I'm not saying that all of the book is corrupted. There's probably a good bit in it that isn't, but because I can't know for sure what is and is not corrupted amongst it, I choose to not take it with a huge amount of gravity. I do the best I can to be a good person, and if there's something that seems out of place or outwardly horrible or mean in the Bible, I won't follow it, because I do believe that God is about love and grace and understanding, and if there's things in the Bible that are the complete opposite of those things, there's no sense in following that. And even if it isn't specifically in the Bible and people are interpreting it that way, you know, like, for instance, the homosexuality bit, which I believe is highly, highly misinterpreted, you know, they're using it as a way to hate and to be closed-minded, and I don't agree with that, so I guess that's kind of my little reason why I stepped away. But as a druid, I can appreciate everything that God has made, and I feel most connected to God when I'm in nature. I feel most at peace whenever I'm in nature, when I'm just giving thanks to everything that He's given us around us and all the beauty that maybe not everybody sees. You know, one of the things I've been doing is every time I can just paying attention to the sunsets and sunrises, and there's so many colors and so many different ways that the light shines and hits the clouds and doesn't hit the clouds, and it's a work of art. Everything He does is a work of art when it comes to nature. And I've really enjoyed growing plants, because I used to say I had a plague thumb, that I could just not keep anything alive, and it's true. In the 2 years that I've been trying to grow plants, I've let a lot of things die. Not on purpose, but it's been challenging. And I like the idea of connecting with plants now, being able to learn what they do to help you heal, and what they can do for other people, and that's been really wonderful. And spending a lot of time in the moon, out under the moon and watching the moon phases is all great. That's all part of my practice. My practice revolves a lot with meditating, spending a lot of time just in nature, reflecting and enjoying the beauty of nature. And learning about plants and how to heal with plants, because I'd like to learn to heal more naturally rather than relying on medicine all the time. Because too many chemicals in your body can't be good for you. I think my overall goal would be to be healing about 80% naturally, because not everything can be done naturally. Some serious conditions would have to be treated otherwise. And I'd eventually love to either be vegetarian or vegan. That's not an option for me right now because my diet is really crappy, and if I were to go vegetarian right now, I would not have learned the proper skills to be able to get a good diet and would be depriving myself nutritionally. But as I learn to broaden my diet, that will be a very wide option that I would like to partake in. So I guess that's about how I found my path. It explained everything. It explained that I liked nature from the get-go, that Christianity is a part of my path, but not 100%, and I really loved what kind of person I was from the ages of 5 to 10, how much time I spent outside, how imaginative I was, just how much spirit I had inside of me, and that's been my goal, is to return to that, and my spirituality has allowed for that a lot. It has helped me reclaim myself, and it's also been very good for my mental health, because I have a lot of different mental disorders, and being closer to nature has helped me understand and work through a lot of those. So I guess that's about it. That's how I found my path, was randomly through Tumblr and then researching it and finding that it has always been a part of my heart, and as I learn more and as I go through it more, it just resonates more with me every day. So yeah, I hope that made sense. As I said, my head's a little foggy. I am on painkillers right now because for the past about 2 months I've had this horrible pain that would start in like what I thought was in my back and then spread all throughout my torso. At first we thought it was constipation, but I've been drinking a lot of water and having a lot of fruits and veggies now, and nothing is blocked up, and it still occurred. I went to the ER for it, and they even just said it was nothing. So a couple of nights ago, last night or the night before last, everything's blending together now. I had these pains lasted for over 15 hours, and even when I woke up after having about 2 painkillers and stuff, I eventually threw up, and that would be either the 3rd or the 4th time in my entire life that I've ever thrown up. My body just doesn't throw up, and so my mother made me go to the ER again, and I hadn't wanted to go because the last trip was so useless, and I didn't want them to think I was a hypochondriac or that I was making anything up, but they were very attentive, took my blood work, took urine sample, and took an ultrasound, and they found a 3/4 of an inch gallstone in my gallbladder. So my gallbladder has to be removed. It's kind of ironic that it's Thanksgiving, and what the gallbladder does is help break down fatty foods and stuff, so I could not have any fatty foods, and my mother had gotten so many baked goods, and I couldn't have dairy, and I couldn't put butter in my food, so I had to have a very, very lean meal, and they put me on a different set of painkillers and anti-nausea medication to help me along, and I've been doing very well today. I do have pain, but it's very minor in comparison, but painkillers will, while they've helped me become calm and everything, it is making my head a little bit foggy, so that's why I'm not wordsing properly. But now that they've solved the problem, or found the problem, I can have surgery, hopefully in less than a month's time, to have that removed. So I just figured I would explain that. I've wanted to make this video for a couple of days, but I've been too ill to do it, and I wanted to wait and do it in good lighting, and when I had, I don't know, I was going to dress better or whatever, but it just kept not happening. So I got the urge to do it right now, so I'm doing it right now, and hopefully it's still okay. I really do want to put better quality into my videos. That's why, again, they probably won't be out as often, because I'm just working on making them the best quality they can be and making them everything that I want them to be. And that's why I wanted to include this challenge, because it's totally along the lines of what I want to do, which is share more of my path with you. So, okay. I'm gonna go now. I feel like this video is super long, and I'm rambling, so I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and I will see you soon. Bye.